time for another random video. For those of you who know me, you know that I'm a big fan of my Boss coffee. And whilst in Japan, I was seeking out random Boss related items, apart from the drink itself, which of course I drank readily, particularly as the Legend of Zelda collaboration was going strong. And yeah, this was one of the things that I found. I didn't quite realise what it was when I bought it. I'm still not entirely sure what it is that I've bought. So, let's have a look. There's the box. A fair size to it. From the listing, I figured it was some sort of one of those can cooling fridges. You know, the ones you pop an already cold can in and it keeps it from getting hot too quickly, but not much else. But yeah, this is bigger than I expected, and that does not look like a fridge to me. Let's okay then. Nice little, it's a button of sorts. Okay, did come with instructions. Yep, 2 batteries. Alright. Yep, put those in. Put a can in. Put ice in. Then press the button. Okay. So it works with ice. That's interesting. Okay, first of all then, batteries go in there, and I've got some batteries. So that opens up like that. Oh, it comes off entirely. So that's in there to hold a can. That squishes on the bottom, and then I guess you just chuck ice on top. Alright, well then, let us get some ice. And a can of Boss would be good. Boss. I was right to grab the rainbow blend in its standard Japanese size because, yeah, the Australian sized Boss cans and the newer Boss variants in Japan would not fit. Not quite, anyway. Be pushing it. Speaking of pushing, push that onto there. And now it's suctioned on. Yep. Alright. Ice. Ice, ice, ice. Let's see if I can do this one-handed without completely mucking it up. I don't like my chances. Well, I got some of them in there. Enough of them in there. Okay, I mean that's probably all that's going to fit in, but let's chuck the ones that fell out in there as well. Come on. Come on. There we go. Alright. So that's... I mean, I suppose I can put some on top. The thing that goes on top has a lot of room in it, so... There we go. I don't really know what this is supposed to do. Other than keep your can icy until you want to actually drink it. So maybe this is something that you'd keep in your car or whatever. And then you could have a still cold Boss coffee for lunch. But very strange product if that's the case. There we go. Alright, so that's what it looks like all loaded up. I could definitely fit more ice in there, but I'm not sure if that's necessary or not. Let us press the button and see what happens. A lot of noise and rapidly spinning can. Okay. Well, that's nothing if not interesting. Definitely not a fridge. And definitely not something that you'd be able to put the can back in once you've started drinking it. But this appears to be what this is used for. Looking at the instructions again. Seems to basically be saying that it can keep your can cold in up to 30° Celsius temperature. But again, this thing makes a lot of noise, requires a fair bit of ice, can only fit one small can. Don't really know what the the intended use for this would be. Particularly in Japan, where this was an item that could either be won in a vending machine competition or from a UFO capture machine. In Japan, there's vending machines constantly, so you really don't need to do this to get a cold can of Boss. Yeah. Strange. Funny though. And a nice little piece for my Boss collection. Well. Guess we'll leave it at that for now. I'll try this coffee later and see if it's any better, having been shaken around with ice all over it. Might also add some more ice once I have 2 hands to spare. See how we go. Bye for now. Alright, well as you can hear it's still going, but I'm going to turn that off now. Because goodness me, that's noisy. So after further reading and translating of this, it is known as a rapid can cooler. This little thingy here is only for that size of can. It's actually an adapter that can be removed. If you remove that, then you can put a bigger can in there. Standard size can. So Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want to do that with something carbonated. That seems like it asks for trouble, but that would mean you'd be able to put in a thicker can of coffee or milk or juice. Something else that you want rapidly cooled that isn't liable to explode from this. And yeah, from further reading of this bit here, it's saying that 90 seconds of spinning for a can of the size that I just put in there, or 2 minutes for a bigger can, will be enough to chill it. So I assume that means if you grab one off the shelf and pop it in there for those times, it would be cold enough, they feel, to be drinkable. I pulled mine from the fridge, so it was already cold, so this is probably just a waste of time, but I'll give it a go. It's been going for a few minutes. We'll see if that makes it extra cold or not. Or whether this is really just for cooling down a can that was just not particularly cold to begin with. Let's see. This feels like one of those things where you need fingernails for. Dear. There we go. Nothing a bit of force can't fix. So the ice is beginning to melt a little bit, but not too much. The can certainly does feel a lot colder, I will give it that. Still sounds like coffee, so it does make me wonder if I were to keep that going for much longer than intended, whether it would actually turn that to more of a slushy quality. But the fact that it mentions those times makes me think that perhaps it shouldn't be left running that long. It might overload the motor. Anyways, I'll give it a go. Either way, boss is boss. Yeah, I don't see any ice crystals or anything in there. Give it a go. Oh, that's icy. Oh, that's actually really good. So yeah, that was already from the fridge, so it was cold, but I guess this is equivalent to chucking it in the freezer for maybe 10 minutes or so. So if you can essentially get that from 2 minutes in this machine, I guess that's kind of neat. But you know, it's not like you can really easily reuse these ice blocks, so I don't know really this use case scenario outside of a random little fun thing like this. But you know what? I don't regret buying it. I got it for relatively cheap, and I thought it was neat. So, yeah. That's the Suntory Boss Coffee Rapid Can Cooler. It does what it says it does, and I can't fault it for that. That's all from me. Bye.